I'm genuinely enjoying this time on content consuming. I love listening to podcasts. I love reading books. I love consuming content with regard to my field. I love exploring mental health and doing courses on mental health, certifying myself. That's one branch I want to start exploring and expanding myself into because it's related. You can't have nutrition and fitness and ignore mental health or mindfulness practices. So that's something I genuinely love and look forward to learning. I really wish I could be a student all my life, or go back to my university and do, courses pertaining to my field now. Because I remember when I was in university, I was so adamant that I did not want to join the family business, which was health and fitness and taking care of fitness studios. And I did everything to stay away from that, which is why I got into psychology, very different. But as fate has it, I had to get into health and fitness. So now I want to sort of expand and get back into psychology and see how I can integrate the two. Because so many clients I work with, in terms of nutritional practices, they start sharing their, they start sharing their feelings and their emotions to me. And I almost always have to say that, hey, I'm not the right person. I'll connect you with someone. And then I have to connect them with people. So how beautiful would it be if they are able to, reach out to one person for everything? So that's something I love expanding into. I love spending time with my partner. We try and do about one travel every 2 months. So we love exploring new cultures, new places, even if it's like drive away from Bangalore. And Bangalore's so beautifully situated on the map. We have like amazing places all around us. We have, Coorg and Uti, and there's so much around us. We are not too far from. If we drive a little further, we'll see the beach, and if we drive a little bit higher, we are going to see mountains. So we have everything around us. So I love doing that. Yeah, that's about it.
That's amazing. I mean, when you brought in the aspect of traveling, of course, it intrigued
Yeah,
my
I know
interest
it.
as well.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
amazing to know. So, what would Roshni be if not a fitness and lifestyle expert?
Oh, definitely into mental health. And so before I got into fitness, when you were mentioning that I got a phone call and my dad was hospitalized and I had to travel back immediately, um, I was I just had given an interview for working at a domestic help center, um, you know, as a case manager. So I was in the mental health field, and I was working with different populations in clinical social work. So clinical social work is a little bit different from clinical psychology, where we work with underprivileged population and low earning income families. So I was working with immigration and immigrants at that time, and I wanted to move into domestic violence. So that was something that I'd just given an interview for. I was really excited, and the interview went really well, and I was pretty sure I'll get the job. And that weekend, I had to leave everything and fly back to Bangalore, which is why I constantly, even now, the population I work best with and show the best results with are middle-aged men, because personally I got into the field because of my dad and him being overweight and diabetic. And I feel if you're a parent, it's your moral it's not a choice, it's your moral responsibility to take care of your health. It's not a choice, because when I came back to India, there was so much of blame and so much of negativity and hatred towards my dad, because I'd built this life in New York. I'd lived there for 5 years. I made a name for myself. I was earning well, and I'd worked really hard to be where I was. And overnight, someone says, "Okay, shut all that off and just come back." So of course now it's different, and I'm so glad I came back, and I'm able to reach out to more people now because I have my own business and expanded the way I want to expand it. And I understand connecting the dots now. But at that time, I was like, if you're a parent, no child has to go through this, because I was always overloved, overpampered. I didn't even know how to open my own bank account. I didn't know anything. I had to do nothing. So when I came back, suddenly it was all these responsibilities of, taking care of a team of men in the fitness industry who never respected me, because being a woman and being in this field younger than them, and then giving them orders, it didn't come because they didn't respect me. It was it was a funny phase, challenging but funny phase. But then you start learning, and then you get into fitness and you certify yourself, and then they start respecting you. So that phase everyone has to go through certain challenges. But if you're a parent, you can't put your children to that. Imagine as a child getting a phone call saying, hey, your dad's in the hospital, we are not sure if he'll come back home. No child has to go through that. So, if you have kids, you have to take care of your health. You cannot take that for granted. So I want to spread that message across to the world now.
That is so beautiful. I mean, I'm sure ki at least now people will start taking the ownership and responsibility upon themselves, at least not for them, at least for their children.
Absolutely.
That's huge. That's huge. So, what is the message you want to give to our listeners, and how can the listeners connect with you and learn from you?
You can connect with me through my website. My website has details to all my social media pages, which has a lot of free content, and sign up for my newsletter. I try and give out so much free information in very short readable paragraphs for daily actionable tips through my newsletter. If there's one message, then I would say it's not hard. Being on a vegan diet, you've done it yourself. So, Somdutta, and it's not hard. It's not like boring, tasteless food. In fact, if you follow me on Instagram, you see, burgers and pizzas and everything. I enjoy, actually, I'm a big foodie. So it's not, you can, healthy and tasty is actually the same thing. It's really just the same thing. And you can be on a nutrition program for the rest of your life, and it doesn't have to be hard work. It's not hard. Fitness is not hard. Fitness is, in fact, meditative. That 30 minutes, 45 minutes with your headphones just by yourself is that time for yourself. It's fun. It's taking your time away from the world, especially when you share multiple relationships. You're a father, you're a husband, you're a son, you're a brother. You have so many things, so many relationships to take care of. You have employees looking up to you, or you have deadlines and you have a boss who's always behind your back. Then taking the 30, 45 minutes, 1 hour is meditative. It's fun. It's like it's playing a game, like cricket. Like, it's not difficult. The first few days in the gym are hard, but besides that, get over that. It's going to be the most fun time of your day. So it's not hard. Fitness is not hard. Nutrition is not hard. Making lifestyle changes is easy. It's a challenge. Take up small challenges. Take up a challenge to eat a cup of fruits every day and see how you feel after a month. Not in terms of your health, of course that will improve, but in terms of mental health, you're going to feel so confident that I took up something and I did it. And it's such a simple thing, just a cup of fruits a day. That's it. And there you go. That's your first step into nutrition. Nutrition is not complicated. It's not sourcing quinoa from South Africa and only that will get you healthy. No, small things, it's not hard. So one message, it's not hard, but dive into it. Start somewhere.